Hey everybody, my name is Lorenzo. If you're new here, please like, comment, and subscribe if you like content that's geared towards news, politics, and police reactions that I typically do on this channel. Happy New Year's to everyone, and I hope everybody had a great, Merry Christmas and enjoying the holidays with their friends and families. Today we're going to be starting off the new year with the new laws that were taking place in some of the states in America, and just a little quick cap of some things that have been passed. So let's check it out and let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
It is a new year.
Yeah.
And
new
on
laws.
the first day of the new year, new laws across the country take effect, and we're highlighting some of them this morning. Let's go to Virginia, where a new law will have children under 16 limited to 1 hour a day on social media. In my home state of Tennessee, social media platforms will be required to obtain parental consent before allowing children under 18 to create an account.
Nice.
Joey, in Georgia, where you hail from, limited or prohibited usage of cell phones for students. Even out west,
I presume that means in the classroom. I haven't read that law.
Yeah, I think so. That's what it appeared to be geared toward. Out in California, they passed a law that I'm not sure is going to be popular. Plastic bags banned from grocery stores.
Just like New Jersey.
They also have another law where face coverings banned for law enforcement officers on duty. I can tell you, I'm going to guess here, I doubt ICE will play by that rule. That's what that's geared toward. And finally, out in Utah, some DUI offenders to get new IDs with a red stripe and the words "no alcohol sale."
Smart. That's something that every state should have. If you ever had a DUI in this country, you should have a red stripe and with the words "no alcohol sale," because that would prevent you from doing that type of crap again. I mean, you should completely be banned. As soon as you risk your life or other people's lives on the road, just because you decided to get behind the wheel under the influence, I mean, that's the consequence, and that should be permanent. I like that Utah is doing that. That should be nationwide, in my opinion.
Wow.
Wow, that's a big one.
And finally, when if you lump in Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, Utah, and West Virginia, they're prohibiting purchase of soda, candy, and other junk food to be paid for with SNAP
that's part of the Make America Healthy Again agenda. Why are...
Okay, I thought that was nationwide. So apparently it's only 5 states, which kind of sucks. But I have some stuff to speak on. So children under 16 limited to 1 hour a day on social media in Virginia. How is that going to work? If kids decide this is a law, like how are you? What's the consequence if you get busted? I mean, these are things that are pretty good questions. Are the parents going to have to be there 24/7, looking at their child, making sure they're, limiting their take on social media?
Taxpayer dollars going for junk food and creating that cycle of, unhealthiness, and then we have to pay for the health care, and then the unhealthy food, and then the health care again. They're trying to stop that cycle.
A lot of new laws. We'll continue to talk about that.
Yeah, new laws. I don't know how I feel about all of them.
I agree.
I don't like new laws in general. I'd rather be ungoverned in a lot of ways. But some of these are really geared towards making up the gap where we as parents just start failing. I mean, you talk about children being on social media or even in SNAP. And it's not to pick on people that are low income, but, if you don't have enough money to buy all the food you need to prioritize the food that you need. And I think that's what that's about.
It's also about educating, because sometimes you have to know that these unhealthy foods, they falsely advertise that they're
it's
healthy.
Not pointing a finger. It's just making sure that the kids involved in that program are being nourished, not just sustained. And that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and I love that.
Okay, that guy's a little too soft. I don't give a shit. If you are getting benefits from the government, from taxpayer money, you should only be getting healthy food for yourself and your family, your kids. You shouldn't be able to have the ability to just purchase a bunch of garbage food, fill your cart up at Costco. And we've seen the videos online of these women, single mothers that have, 5 to 9 kids, literally purchasing all this garbage for their kids, saying, oh yeah, this is what I get, while you have hardworking Americans out there trying to, really pick and decide what they can get that's, the necessities for their families. They should be capped. These people in SNAP. Now, these are things that need to be asked, need to be questioned and solved. And this is why when we have people in government that are ignoring so many issues over time, the problems get bigger and bigger. And we need more problem-solving people in government. And I like that these new laws are put in place. I don't like that we're having to put laws because it's starting to restrict some people, especially the children. But that I have a whole different opinion on. I've said it on this channel. I believe no children should be on social media unless it's for education purposes. In school, outside of school, you should not be touching social media or being online in any capacity. I believe it's the objective of every child should be working their tail off, studying every single day, reading, doing something productive to, expand their way of thinking, and also learning things that may or may not interest them. And that helps them grow into, productive adults, in my opinion. That's why I believe that, all social media should be banned until they graduate high school or until 16 years of age. And if the parents feel comfortable, and I believe the requirement for that for the parents should be like, hey, child, you should be having good grades, and then I'll give you, an incentive of, here, you can be on the internet, you can be on social media because you worked hard, you're studying, you're getting good grades, you're passing your assignments and tests. I mean, these are things we need to look out for.
A lot of these laws are geared towards social media because, 10 years ago, parents didn't really have the data we have now about how detrimental these social media platforms are to our children. Hopefully, these will take a hold.
And now it's a little too late because social media has been out, and now parents can't just grab phones and social media and take it away from their kids, and then it causes a huge change, and parents don't want to fight that. And I can understand why they wouldn't want to fight that, because the kids have gotten so used to something, just like adults will get so used to something, and they wouldn't want something taken away from them. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Till next time, peace out, everybody. This one's for Charlie.